MrBeast is suing Beast Burger and Beast Burger is suing MrBeast. What a time to be alive.
Some interesting news just broke out about MrBeast suing his partner, or well, now it seems like his ex-partner. And this all revolves around his fast food chain, Beast Burger. And it's pretty insane how we got here because Beast Burger was massively praised in the middle of the pandemic when they launched. Because when they did so, they revived a bunch of small restaurants all across America that was currently struggling because of the pandemic. Then only a little bit over a year later, they did one of the largest grand openings ever. But now suddenly things have gotten so bad that lawsuits have broken out. So how do we get here? Well, MrBeast launched Beast Burger in the end of 2020. In this, he made the concept Ghost Kitchens mainstream, alongside the company he partnered up with called Virtual Dining Concepts. Because his first advertisement for it gained over 100 million views, and this was a video titled, "I opened a restaurant that pays you to eat at it."
If you like what you saw in this video,
That's a lot of views, by the way. And yeah, that's really good advertisement. Plus, his fan base is a bunch of kids. They're gonna want to try Beast Burger, okay? It's pretty obvious. And well, Ghost Kitchens, a lot of them are not known for their standard.
You too can eat Beast Burgers. I literally just opened 300 restaurants all across America. But
when he said this, I actually thought that he opened up a real restaurant chain, which kind of seemed insane, but I didn't know it was Ghost Kitchens at the time, because I saw that like one actual Beast Burger place, and I thought, wait a minute. Yo, did he open 300 restaurants instantly? That's kind of insane. But it would be possible for someone with that much fame.
we only serve people through delivery apps. Basically, open up whatever you use and search MrBeast Burger.
Yeah,
and
I didn't see that.
We even have our own app, MrBeast Burger. And you can order anything from our amazing and delicious menu. You can order a Beast-style burger, which is basically my favorite burger. And not only that, you can also order a Chandler-style, a Chris-style, and a Carl-style. Or you can order all four and see which one tastes the best. For whatever reason, Carl likes grilled cheeses, but with the buns inverted. So if you order a Carl's grilled cheese, you get an inverted grilled cheese. It's weird. Chandler likes his burgers plain, and Chris loves having fries on his burgers. And like I said, we have hundreds of locations all across America. Just open up your favorite delivery apps and search MrBeast Burgers.
Essentially, like I have on my mat over here with someone who sort of resembles Nico Cotto Avocado, we have dropship burgers.
That's not a good resemblance you want to have ever.
Over here. They didn't own any of the restaurants. What was kind of cool about it was giving all these small businesses all around America the additional customer base if they chose to make MrBeast burgers. And this, as I stated earlier too, was referred to as Ghost Kitchens, and it was pioneered by MrBeast and Virtual Dining Concepts. On the bright side, this gave mom and
That's actually not true. Virtual Dining Concepts existed before MrBeast. Ghost Kitchens were already a thing. I think MrBeast, yeah, he like got this concept that this thing exists out to the public, but Ghost Kitchens were already a thing. Admittedly, this completely shot them through the roof now with like Uber Eats and all of that stuff, but still.
pop restaurants a whole new revenue stream. But on the downside, it seems like because of how much demand there was, they didn't do enough quality control to see who was actually making these burgers. Ironic.
Correction. They literally don't have quality control. Okay, they don't sue me, MrBeast. They have quality control, but you're not gonna quality control that too much. To be a MrBeast burger restaurant, you need to go through some kind of like one-day course where you learn how to make the burgers, and that's honestly kind of pretty much it.
I found a very great analogy for it in MrBeast's very own video promoting the Beast Burger.
Guys, I have good news. Bailey's here to help. Hey! I know you've never made food before, but just throw burgers together. Get in here. Go. Just start making things.
After reading the lawsuit, it seems like that was a pretty good analogy for what happened. And this left a wide range when it came to quality, because some of it was great, but some of the other stuff was probably made by people that had
The reality is, this is most of the stuff. This is not a minority of cases, okay? MrBeast Burger is trash most of the time. Well, I can't say most of them, but yeah, this is like super common, okay? People just literally take the MrBeast thing and abuse it to get a little bit of extra money on the side, and that's pretty much the story.
nothing to do in the restaurant industry. See, that looks absolutely disgusting. I don't want my fast food burger to be cooked like my steak. But after every influencer and their grandmom stopped promoting it, we didn't really hear too much from Beast Burger until that massive mall launch that Colin Samir covered. And after that, we didn't hear anything from Beast Burger for a long time until MrBeast suddenly started tweeting about it, and articles started to spring up about it saying MrBeast has allegedly stepped back from MrBeast Burger. And these articles were all quoting his tweets that stated, "I started MrBeast Burger to help restaurants make more money during the pandemic." And it worked. But sadly, when working with 2,000 restaurants I don't own, it's impossible to guarantee the order quality. I'm moving on from MrBeast Burger so I can focus on Feastables and make...
Okay, so when I saw the thing and it was like an actual location, I thought he actually owns it. But yeah, the moment I heard, oh, it's actually Ghost Kitchens, yeah, I knew what's happening. So this is what happens so often with a lot of these influencers, and people don't notice like at all. This is like a foreign concept, so I'm gonna explain it. If you're famous, if you have money, money finds you. Money doesn't find poor people, but money sure as hell finds rich and famous people easily. MrBeast has many, many celebrities, Kim Kardashians, all of those kinds of people, just literally get approached by some dude who has created the business plan, who has set up everything, and then they just have to put their name on something. And this is exactly what MrBeast has done. You know, you see this pretty often. Like, one of the biggest examples currently that is happening, Asmongold, with all that OTK stuff, Starforge. He got approached. They literally just put their name on it. The talent agency thing. All of these things, mostly, are where just celebrities put their name on it, advertise, and then they get like 50%, well, 48% of the profit or something like, well, it's not necessarily that much, but they just get a chunk of the profit, and all they need to do is essentially like tweet a couple of times a week and, you know, promote some kind of new thing that they make or whatever. And this is exactly what happened to MrBeast. Someone approached them, said, hey, we can make a burger chain with your name on it, blah, blah, blah. We can do all of this, and you get money from it. This is essentially what happened to MrBeast. And again, this is super common. If you see some kind of celebrity influencer who owns a company, they do have some ownership of that company, but they are there just to promote it. Their contract literally most likely states a couple of very, very key facts. Key points, I should say. Key points that you're getting paid. You can't talk anything negative about us, otherwise you will be in breach of contract, aka you can get even sued. And this is most likely the situation that happened with MrBeast Burgers. That's why they are countersuing him, because he is in violation and breach of contract, most likely, if he did not get out of that contract fully. That's a very real thing, and obviously they're going to sue him, and they're going to sue him hard. So, yeah, that's what's happening.
Making snacks. So this means during the upcoming days, you will retire MrBeast Burger places via delivery and whatnot, since I wanted to try MrBeast Burger since it has been in London for a while. To which you replied, I would if I could, but the company I partnered with won't let me stop even though it's terrible for my brand. Young Beast signed a bad deal. It's been a...
Yep. I didn't even know he tweeted this. But yeah, man, him tweeting this out, means he didn't read the contract, because you're getting sued. Saying something like this, even though this is not technically directly him saying, oh, MrBeast Burger is bad, don't buy it, it's still probably breach of contract if they want to sue him, because it's not positive, and you're literally not allowed to say anything negative about the brand. Otherwise, you're gone, baby. You're just gone and sued for money, a lot of money.
It's terrible for my brand. Young Beast signed a bad deal. It's been alleged that MrBeast Burger has generated roughly $100 million since it was created, and it seems like he's way more worried about the damage that it's causing his brand rather than any money he can make from Beast Burger, which is understandable because his other company, Feastables, actually has quality and consistent products. I mean, I even keep some of them around the house because his ingredients are actually great compared to his competition. But remember the ad that we watched earlier promoting the Beast Burger brand? That's now been completely edited out of the video, and the description chain from this to this. But the big shocker here is when it came out that MrBeast sued that company he partnered with, and now, just a couple hours ago, that company responded. And spoiler alert, it's a
So, MrBeast trying to sue that company is actually pretty wild. Because he needs to prove damages. He needs to prove that the MrBeast burger thing being bad actually damaged him. And proving damages is super hot, right? I think from the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, we all know that proving damages is ridiculously hot. You know, that's not a foreign concept, hopefully, to you. But in this case, proving damages, Mr. Burger, when no one was even making a fuss, but you probably can't even find like more than probably 1,000 tweets saying, "Oh, Mr. Burger, what is this shit? Why are you selling garbage?" Proving damages is going to be close to impossible. Proving damages is literally going to be close to impossible because he needs to show statistical proof that damages have been done. Is like, for example, when the bad things started to happen, he needs to show that, oh, my YouTube viewership went down by 30%. Yeah, that's probably not happening. MrBeast, I don't think he can win this.
terrible response. So we have a lot to unpack here. Oh, big words, dude. Big words. Here we come. But on the 31st of July, MrBeast sued Virtual Dining Concepts and their parent company, seeking a declaratory judgment order that Beast Investments has the immediate right to terminate its deal with VDC and asking for unspecified monetary damages. And
that's not happening. There's no way that if this happens, I will be absolutely shocked, because you can't sign a deal and then be like, oh, I actually don't like the deal. I want to get out of it. And they say no. Like, no, you signed a deal, dude. And he's like, puts up a tantrum and then is like, I'm gonna sue you. Bruh, if he actually is successful in this, I don't even honestly know what to think. It should not be possible for him to just get out of this. Because, oh no. And chances are, these ghost kitchens, all of them, can prove that quality standards were met when all of those kitchens opened. Okay? One of the things he will 100% most likely have to face is the fact that whatever ghost kitchen makes shitty food actually was per standard when it opened and had all the right declaration and whatnot. And after the people just in that kitchen working did a terrible job. And the company can't really be that liable for it. So I think MrBeast has 100% bitten off way more than he can chew at this moment in time.
this lawsuit's just absolutely insane. I'll give a quick TLDR of it and read some of the highlights from it. But MrBeast is suing Virtual Dining Concepts because he alleges they've done a lot of damage to his brand. He also alleges that they've used his brand for advertisements without his permission, filed for trademarks without...
They probably can. That's in the contract, baby. I would be surprised if... admittedly, this one's kind of more up in the air. Obviously, no one has seen the contract, right? But there is a chance that there is some kind of clause that is pretty slick and does allow the fast food, the ghost kitchen owner place to actually use him or his likeness as marketing material in some way, shape, or form. Okay? Very doubtful that that's not in there in some way.
Permission. And if I understand this correctly, never ever paid him, nor have they disclosed the financials with him, allegedly.
Yeah.
And there's definitely some big words here, so if I do mispronounce them.
About the financials, this is MrBeast damaging himself, by the way, because I will remind everyone about a small little fact about MrBeast, right? When he opened that thing, I even remember this. He said, oh, he's not going to be making any money from this because he just wants the people struggling through the pandemic to actually make money. And now he's claiming, yo, bruh, you didn't pay me? What's... Now that is hurting his brand. Because there are a lot of people who are negative about MrBeast and his philanthropship. And, well, actually, so am I. People who think charity is good always, without question, don't understand the real world. Charity is actually a very damaging thing in a lot of cases. A lot of, for example, I'll explain the easiest way to understand how bad charities can actually get sometimes. Let's say you have some kind of charity in Africa that digs wells or something. Usually per year they get like 50K in donations, they do some work, and that's fine. Suddenly some kind of millionaire just donates like, I don't know, 5 mil to them. What happens now? Well, the charity's fucked. That's what happens. Because they have literally no clue what to do with this money at this point. And because it's not just as simple as just doing wells. Because if that charity gets the money and, well, they don't boost up things fast, well, the person who donated 5 mil maybe next year is like, so what did my money accomplish? And 1 well has been dug, which is the average that they do per year. That person is probably suing the charity, and that charity probably will not exist long after that. Not to mention, if the charity actually tries and digs those wells, and they don't know how to use the money because they don't have enough staff, bad faith actors will instantaneously pop up where there's money. And there are going to be people who completely screw the prices and pocket that money for themselves and buying stuff. Then there's going to be companies that offer their services at like 100x the actual price that they are in. It's a whole disaster. And this is just one example. And this happens pretty often, by the way.
Be patient with me. I'm just on this.
Oh, and the fact that MrBeast himself, people don't like his charity things because... Has there ever been a charity where MrBeast does not instantaneously proclaim to the world, I, MrBeast, have done this good thing as a philanthropist, you should all lick my feet now? No. There has never been a situation where MrBeast does not fully 100% take the credit, instantaneously tell everyone that he has done good thing. Okay? So that's also a problem with this, why it seems fake. Because he's not just doing them, okay? He's doing them to milk money as much as possible and to get as much fame as possible. Arguably, so the argument here is, would MrBeast even do any of this philanthropy if there was no benefit for him? And currently it kind of seems he wouldn't probably. And especially this lawsuit where, you know, he says he didn't receive a single penny from this, while he's saying, this is not about me making money. I'm not even going to make money off of this. That looks just bad for him in general.
Floating rock, just like you guys trying to learn every day. But some of the key points from the lawsuit says, because quality and fan or customer satisfaction are paramount above all else for MrBeast, he expected that his fans would be in the receipts of excellent customer service and a superior branded food product. Unfortunately, however, because Virtual Dining Concepts was more focused on rapidly expanding the business as a way to pitch the virtual restaurant model to other celebrities for its own benefit, it was not focused on controlling the quality of MrBeast Burger customer experience and products. This is despite numerous objections by MrBeast, whose complaints about quality control fell on deaf ears. As a result, MrBeast Burger has been regarded as a misleading, poor reflection on the MrBeast brand that provides low quality. Products to customers are delivered late, and unbranded packaging failed to include ordered items, and in some instances were inedible. As just some examples, customers have
Okay, this is actually bad for MrBeast again. So the thing is, this is a lawsuit. You actually have to be pretty specific and careful with the words you use. So, MrBeast, it was not focused on controlling, blah blah blah, was focused on, okay. So essentially MrBeast just says he expected that his fan would receive an excellent customer service and a superior brand food product. So when he signed, so this is actually super bad for him, because when he signed that contract with that company of the ghost kitchens, if that contract did not literally said that they will provide superior brand food products and excellent customer service, or, you know, just replaceable words of the same level and meaning, MrBeast has nothing here. Because if he signed if he signed a contract and the contract just said, we will provide the food services, food production, and everything, and that's it. He can't complain about superior branded food or excellent customer service because they did not agree on this. He just magically wants that now. And that's pretty much it. Which is insane. He could also go for the angle of, well, MrBeast's brand is all about excellency, but then he needs to prove that MrBeast's brand is all about excellency. And, you know, spending 16 hours a day working and making YouTube videos with 100 million may seem excellency to some, but it's not going to seem like excellency to courts. I think MrBeast is absolutely screwed, honestly.
Were inedible, as just some examples. Customers have referred to the burgers as being disgusting, revolting, and inedible. They have claimed that it's sad that MrBeast would put his name on this. MrBeast is being canceled over burgers. Never had something so nasty.
He needs to prove that he was canceled, and I don't remember that happening. I mean, even if he was canceled over the internet and it was like, even if it trended for a little bit, that doesn't actually prove damages.
Inaccurate marketing. Orlando's worst burger. Big name, poor food. Very upsetting for the high price, and likely the worst burger I've ever had. The problem is perhaps
these are probably tweets, by the way.
In the following Reddit post. And here's that post. Yeah, that looks terrible. Oh no. The lawsuit continued where they said it irreparably tarnished MrBeast's brand, filing at least 6 international trademark registrations based on the brand attributes without any right to do so and without advance written approval from the plaintiff, creating and
the question is, do they need actually that? That's the real deal, okay? Because if the company owns him, if the company has ownership of whatever, they can do this. I don't know. Is the company just stupid for doing this? I don't know. But again, it's not looking good for MrBeast.
Disseminating advertising and marketing materials that featured the brand attributes without first securing the advance written approval of plaintiff. Plaintiff in this is MrBeast, which conduct is ongoing, failing to pay all amounts of owed to plaintiff, and consistently serving inedible food and providing incompetent service.
This is just gonna be a simple thing, is what's in the contract. And by the way, again, there's a thing of what's in the contract and what happens in real life, so don't get this twisted, because some of you are probably thinking about this. If MrBeast's contract definitely states some kind of like, okay, I'm gonna receive X amount of money for whatever I for this from the sales or from the whatever. And by the way, I hope it's from the sales of the product, because otherwise companies have very much legal ways of actually not paying you for stuff like this, okay? Usually they choose to pay you, but you know, maybe it's different. I don't know. This is hard to tell before actual any information, right? But the thing is, if they have a contract where MrBeast, for example, gets 40% of whatever money that they make, or however you want to put it. And then MrBeast like comes up to the company and says, hey, you know what, donate this money to charity. If he doesn't say like for the next year, they will just donate all of his earnings to charity no matter what. Or, you know, however they feel like it, or however they feel like they can get away with this. Like, contract is signed, but after that, the money that they owe MrBeast, he can't choose to like forfeit it. Okay? And that's what he kind of did, technically, by saying he's not going to make a penny off of this, and it's all about the community and the mom and pop shops and whatnot. So this is, like, super questionable.
Which irreparably tarnished MrBeast's reputation and frustrated plaintiff's ability to benefit from the endorsement and letter agreements. It also says plaintiff has been damaged to an amount that has not yet been fully ascertained, but to which plaintiff believes is in the excess of $10 million. And it continues by saying, by entering the endorsement and letter agreements and agreeing to run the operations of the MrBeast Burger business, manage its finances, collect revenue, and transmit profit share to plaintiff, defendants knowingly undertook to act on behalf of and for the benefit of the plaintiff with respect to the preparation of accurate financial statements and the payment of the appropriate profit share to the plaintiff. Defendants have it all.
Not necessarily. That's not even true. Like, they necessarily don't need to provide profit statements. They don't. Uh, they just can literally put just money in his bank account every month. They don't need to provide profit statements. Whoa! Because I don't think MrBeast specified that he wants an overview of the company, maybe even in some way.
Relevant times maintain exclusive control of the financial books and records pertaining to the calculation of plaintiff's profit share. And again, plaintiff is...
Yep, that sounds about right. If MrBeast did not say that he wants oversight of the profits, aka just seeing how much they make and seeing the books, they don't need to do it.
MrBeast, and
Nice.
he's alleging that he has not received any profit share from the business since its inception, almost 3 years ago, and does not have access to the relevant books and records of this business. As a result, the balance due from the defendant's plaintiff can only be ascertained by an accounting because the information necessary to determine the balance due is within the exclusive knowledge of defendants.
Yep.
So overall, these are just some insane allegations from MrBeast's camp. If they're all true, I completely understand the lawsuit. And at the bottom of the law,
I don't. I think he's fucked. I think he's absolutely just gonna get wasted by this. Oh no. Man, this is gonna be, this is gonna be a very interesting situation. They're probably gonna settle outside of court. I think MrBeast is not gonna get shit. Wow! Okay? Because these are some beginner mistakes in dealing with businesses. The fact that you, do not get actual oversight of the money generated by the company, that is a possibility. By looking at this, I'm kind of thinking about one thing. Have they classified MrBeast's profits under some kind of special booking stipulation where they can use his profit share as further business development costs? I know that's kind of hard to understand, but it's essentially like this. Booking is very important in businesses, and there are different categories of booking. There's like 1 through 6, and 1 through 8. What am I talking about? At least I'm pretty sure America has the same time of bureaucracy system. And there's like passive flows, there's these things, there's these things, and it depends on how you actually do the accounting for these things, where the money goes, and how the money can be handled. And this is all legal proceedings. If MrBeast's profits are specifically because of a loophole in the contract, allowed to be filed under, for example, I don't know, 7-4? 7-4, that would technically mean... Is it 7-4? I don't remember. I'm not an accountant. I just know accounting things because of business analytics and being business analyst. But if they are filed under it, the company should have technical allowance to use that money as further business development. AKA, they don't actually have to pay him, they just put all that money into business development. And when I say business development, they don't actually even need to use all of that money in business development. They just put that money into business development, the category, so they can use it for business development. And after that, they can actually just push it back into their own profits. That's some crazy stuff, boys.
To determine the balance due is within the exclusive knowledge of defendants. So overall, these are just some insane allegations from MrBeast's camp. If they're all true, I completely understand the lawsuit. And at the bottom of the lawsuit, they essentially wrote what they were hoping to achieve with this lawsuit, which reads, for entry of declaratory judgment order by the court that MrBeast Investments has the immediate right to terminate the endorsement and letter agreements and no further obligation to engage in the MrBeast Burger business with defendants. Second point is for an accounting.
Okay, also, this looks quite bad because this looks like a classic. Okay, our main goal is just terminating the fact that we are associated to you because this is not beneficiary to us and we know we're fucked. And the actual 10 million in damages is just something that they are going to use to threaten him, threaten the company. That's how these things work. You know, Mr. Beast's goal is just this part. The monetary damages are meaningless. It's just something that he will use to threaten them. And he will most likely want to schedule a meeting with that company, their lawyers, and then he wants to just push most likely through. I don't even know what's the rest of this, but most likely just this part, and everything else goes, under the bridge's water.
Second point is for an accounting of all revenues and expenses of the MrBeast Burger business. And number 3 is for preliminary and permanent injunction relief to prevent defendants from engaging in any further use of MrBeast's name, image,
and then 3 also.
Intellectual property rights and or public rights and the MrBeast.
So oh my god, this actually means he did sign off with an allowance for them to use his likeliness. Oh no, Mr. Beast, you fucked up so hard, baby. Oh,
brand.
no.
Number 4 is awarding Beast Investments its share of the royalty payments and further damages in an amount to be determined at trial. Number 5 is compensatory damages in an amount according to proof at the time of the trial. 6 for an award of costs. 7 for an award of reasonable attorney's fees.
No, 6 is probably gonna, and 7 are probably gonna be okay.
And finally, the 8th thing is for an award of a pre-judgment and post-judgment interest for the maximum amount allowed by law. But it seems like this whole thing is not gonna go down without a fight, because Virtual Dining Concepts have now recently responded to this, and they did so exclusively to Daily Mail apparently, and that reads, the complaint is riddled with false statements and inaccuracies and is a thinly veiled attempt to distract from Mr. Donaldson's and Beast Investments' breaches of the agreements between all the parties. Among those alleged violations,
I wonder that when he stopped promoting, did he probably broke contract then when he stopped the promotions. That's the reality of this.
brass at the Orlando company said were Mr. Donaldson's recent false disparaging statements regarding the MrBeast Burger brand and VDC aired in the Monday lawsuit. The statement went on to claim that the suit comes as a part of MrBeast-led bullying tactic to negotiate a new deal to better serve his own financial interests. Lawyers for the company found
obvious statement. Obvious statement. Is it true? Who knows? But obvious statement.
By Trish and Robert said that was to the detriment of approximately 10 million happy MrBeast Burger customers, hundreds of restaurants, and the thousands of employees who make MrBeast Burger products daily. It states Mr. Donaldson recently attempted to negotiate a new deal to serve his own monetary interests. When VDC refused to accede to his bullying tactics and to give up.
Also, if that's, I don't know if that can be used in court. Like, you know, he comes to them, tries to only renegotiate the amount of money he gets, but doesn't even bring up the quality. I wonder if that can be used properly in a lawsuit. Because, you know, that's pretty damaging. Imagine MrBeast, like, comes to them and says, hey, pay me more. And that's literally it. Doesn't happen. And then he sues. That alone should throw any pretense of the idea that he does this because of brand damage out of the window.
More of the company to him, he filed this ill-advised and meritless lawsuit seeking to undermine the MrBeast Burger brand and terminate his existing contractual obligations without cause. It then calls attention to what execs labeled as the alleged basis for Donaldson's complaint, that his reputation has been materially and irresponsibly harmed by the several negative reviews and complaints aired in the lawsuit, which lawyers for Donaldson wrote echoed the sentiment of thousands. The firm, whose past celebrity partnership.
The sentiment of thousands doesn't actually mean shit when the sentiment of millions is positive, honestly. So that's also a problem.
Include Mariah Carey and Jersey Shore star Pauly D. I haven't heard that name in a while. Said in reality, Mr. Donaldson's notoriety has grown exponentially over the life of MrBeast Burger brand, in part because of the MrBeast Burger brand itself. It's a little bit delusional to claim that millions.
That can be as easily proven as the fact that MrBeast potentially did suffer damages when people started complaining. Again, as I said, it can easily be proved by sheer literal YouTube analytics. People start to complain about MrBeast Burger, graph goes down. MrBeast opens up his burgers, graph goes up more. You see how problematic this becomes really fast.
Of people tried the MrBeast Burger without even hearing about MrBeast and then went, you know what, this burger's pretty good, let me go subscribe to the MrBeast channel on YouTube. That just doesn't seem realistic at all. It seems
it does. actually seem realistic. Hey, what is this MrBeast burger? Then they Google it and they found the guy, MrBeast. It does seem realistic. That's like the problem.
It's like the focus on
Admittedly, it's not huge, probably, but as long as it's provable.
growth and scaling MrBeast Burger was more important for virtual dining concepts than properly vetting and only adding quality restaurants. To me, it sounds like that caused the collapse
That's gonna be hard to prove.
of MrBeast Burger. It's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens in court because this thing's likely going to go to court. But I mean, hey, at least no one decided.
I mean, the way you prove that is crazy, because you literally need to find a ghost kitchen that started operation, went through all the things that a MrBeast ghost kitchen needs to go through, and they didn't pass it, and they still started business. That's what they need to find to actually prove that they did not maintain quality, which is gonna be insanely hard, probably.
to steal a plane just to flex on social media like these two guys did. So I recommend checking it out because it is an absolutely wild story, and I'll see.
Well, anyway, that was from a Tozy. Crazy stuff, yo. MrBeast is not gonna have a good time with this. There's no way. He is the underdog in this, 100%. Wow. Anyway, this was Quizzer Said. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.